All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. All right, and we're in transit through the Spirit, and we're going through the Spirit, all right, on the righteous being in authority. How the world should be ran by righteous rulers. All right. Right now, the world is ran by the wicked. All right. These are people who behind closed doors do human sacrifice. They practice abominable acts. All right. Baby blood drinking, young blood transfusion having, suit wearing devils, man. All right. And the Lord is coming to establish a new heaven, which means a new rulership on earth. All right, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Because right now the world is corrupted through debt, usury, vanity, deceit. And it should not be so. And that's why the Lord is coming to dissolve this kingdom and establish something greater.
Right, this is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the heavenly Father, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Because righteousness don't dwell here, man. The only thing that dwells here is wickedness and corruption. And you're made a prey when you turn to righteousness in this world.
Right, and when you go into that word new heavens and new earth, it's the in the Greek it's kainos, meaning refreshed. All right, and what the earth needs is a refreshing, man. And that's what the Lord is coming with. The Lord is coming with a refreshing. Because the earth deserves righteous rulers. All right, the Lord's creation deserves righteous rulers, so that his creation is allowed to flourish, man. Because under the present rulers, nothing is allowed to flourish. Everything is subject to death. You look at these animals; they're malnourished, they're sickly. You know, these cows. We looking at the cows the other day, man. These cows, you can see the bones from their ribs, man. Right. That shouldn't be so. You got stray dogs and stray cats walking around through. The birds through, man. They polluted by all the air. The air is polluted. You know, the water that they drink is polluted. The water that we drink is polluted. It shouldn't be so, man. The earth should have righteous rulers, man, in place, and it's gonna start with Yahweh Shai and his return in the 144,000.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 4. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people.
Right, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. And who is going to be that wise king? Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to be that wise king that upholds the world. Because the present kings and rulership, they're tearing down the world, man. As you can see, as you very well know, all right, this world is in shambles.
Right.
Complete shambles, man. So when Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to uphold the world, all right? Things that the earth is going to run the way it was supposed to from the beginning.
Yeah, because we're not supposed to live in a world where you got instant access to pork to be put on your plate, man. All right, where you got restaurants that serve crab and squid while it's still alive. All right, where they have oyster bars.
Right.
All of that is off, man. Where you allow adultery to run rampant. These things are off. All right, and this is the world according to the wicked rulers. As the scriptures say, as the judge is, so is the people. All right, real quick, this is Ecclesiastes 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
And the reason why we see degenerates running around not only America but the world is because the present rulers, man, the present judges that are set in place, they're corrupt, so the people are corrupt as a result.
Right.
All right, the mindset of the people, the moral compass of these people is all corrupt because of the present rulers. All right, the scriptures say this in Proverbs 29 and 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And not only are the people mourning, but the earth is mourning. The earth is screaming right now for a righteous rulership.
Right.
Everything is turning against Esau.
And you shouldn't have zoos, man.
That's
Where animals have to live in a plastic habitation, bro. That's off, man. For your pleasure, so you can sit behind a glass and watch them die. Because that's exactly what they're doing. They're not living behind that glass in them plastic environments. Even though you feed them and keeping their body alive, they dead because they're not fulfilling their purpose. Their purpose is supposed to be in the wild.
Right.
That's why the Lord made them. But Esau has turned everything upside down. You shouldn't have a Red Lobster.
Right.
Where people go to get garlic biscuits and lobster, man. That's off.
And there's,
you got it. No,
and there's no reason you should have animals on antidepressants, man. The Lord didn't create these animals to be on all types of psych meds just to keep them up, man. The Lord created these animals to be wild, man, to have their purpose within the ecosystem. But due to this present ruler, man, he hunts, he kills them for game, for sport. You know, he puts them in these zoos and these cages and showcases them around for people's entertainment, which is wicked, man. The scriptures say a righteous man have care for his beast.
Right. Life is supposed to be set up for the benefit of the planet and the people, not just a few. See, the way Esau got the world set up, only a few get to actually live. The elites, they get to live. Even these other so-called white people, these other Edomites, they don't really get to live. That's why they on antidepressants. That's why they on uppers and downers. That's why the majority of the population on the planet is on some kind of medication, especially in the West. Why? Because this world has been made a wilderness, and really people are mourning. Whether they admit it or not, the reason that they love to go out on Saturdays and Sundays is because they're in mourning. Their Monday through Friday is miserable, and they go on Saturday and Sunday to forget the fact that their life itself is miserable, and that's not why life was designed. It was designed to be enjoyed.
Right. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 10 and verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. And who is that physician? Yahushua. All right, that righteous ruler. All right, he's coming to cut off this long disease that is Esau Edom, man. All right, because he's polluted the whole earth. All right, the whole earth is in chaos and shambles because of this man. All right, and the Lord is coming to cut him off and bring healing, all right, to the earth, a refreshing to the earth, a long overdue refreshing to the earth.
And the scriptures say that in the kingdom of heaven, they are no longer going to learn war anymore. Look at all these wars that are really just fought over greed. It ain't even about nothing really serious. It's about corporate greed, man. Or some other nation trying to take another nation's resources. In the kingdom of heaven, those things are not going to fly. But we're crazy for wanting that. This is John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly.
Right. And that's the motive of Esau, man, to steal, to kill, and destroy. But through the Spirit, the Lord has come that we might have life and life more abundantly. And that life is started right now with us receiving this truth, with us receiving the seeds of faith. That's where the life and the foundation of the kingdom to come has started. All right, and that righteous rulership is growing up in the midst of this wicked one as we speak, because the Lord is preparing the table for us in the midst of our enemies.
I got one real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 21. For 3 things the earth is disquieted, and for 4 which it cannot bear. For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. And Esau is both. He's a servant in rulership who don't belong in rulership, and he's a fool that's filled with meat. All right, that's why the scripture says his desire is as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. He already has power over the whole world according to what the Lord has given him, and it's still not enough. That shows you that this is the wicked that the Lord spoke of, the son of perdition, the son of destruction. All right, this is Proverbs 27 and 20. Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied. And Esau represents the prime example of that mentality, whose God is his belly, man. Greed. And he'll never stop. That's why the scriptures say those days shall not be shortened. There will be no flesh left to save, because the way Esau is moving, if there was no divine intervention, the world itself would come to a destruction, man. All right, he's putting holes in the ozone layer. All right, he's doing all of these different things, polluting the earth for greed. pushing these electric cars, which are further destruction. It don't heal, it don't fix no problems. But these are the things that Esau is doing, and that's why he has to be taken out of rulership, and a new heaven has to be established.
Right, the earth deserves a righteous rulership, man. All right, this is not the way that life is supposed to be governed. This is not the way that life is supposed to be ran. All right, people aren't supposed to go their whole life without knowing what's after this life, what's after death. People aren't supposed to go their whole life thinking that they can, what is this guy doing? Thinking that they can change, it's okay to be with the same sex. You know, people shouldn't go with their whole life knowing that, thinking that animals belong in cages, man.
Right.
These things are not normal, you know?
And Esau has normalized evil. All right, he's normalized wickedness. He's normalized perversion. All right, so much so, can you imagine? We in a world where it's normal for children to be taught by a nigga with a wig on, man. That's off. That's off. And Esau would tell you, just because you have the opportunity to have individual success, and I put quotation marks on that, that you get to ignore all of that. You have to ignore all of these things that he's doing in order for you to have whatever version of success you want. That's off, man. And the brother brought out a beautiful point. People shouldn't go their whole life asking certain questions that are basic understanding of life itself. Why people live and why people die. All right? What happens after you die? Most people's life is consumed with these questions. And it shouldn't be so. And that's why the Lord's about to establish a righteous rulership, because it's necessary, man. Real quick, this is 2 Esdras 6:27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Right, and right now the Lord is causing faith to flourish. All right, he's causing truth to flourish as well. All right, through way of this ministry. All right, and this is the seed, this is the starting, all right, the foundation of the kingdom to come, that righteous rulership, all right, that we're speaking about. All right, that's going to be spearheaded by Yahweh Shai. All right, this is the foundation of it right here, right now. All right, what we preach on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, this is the foundation. All right, what we read about, the promises that the Lord left our forefathers, that's the way that the earth and the Lord intended the earth to be ran. And that's the way the earth is getting ready to be ran, you know?
Psalm 72:7 reads, in his days shall the righteous flourish, and abundance of peace, so long as the moon endureth. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from the river unto the ends of the earth.
And the Lord's dominion is going to stretch throughout the whole earth, man. Peace is going to stretch throughout the whole earth. True peace. Not this false peace that Esau preaches about just to deceive the people. No, true peace. All right, true assurance of life, to where you ain't going to have to worry about another man coming against your wife. You don't have to worry about another man removing your landmark.
Right.
You don't have to worry about another man coming into your home and establishing his policies. That's not going to happen in the world to come, man. All right, the earth is going to be governed in true righteousness, which is going to promote peace, man. True peace. The scriptures say that nations shall not learn war anymore. Why? Because peace is going to be on earth, man. True peace. A true righteous rulership. Something that right now people can't fathom because of the present ruler. But when Yahweh returns, that's what's going to be established, man.
This is Psalm 72, jumping down to 11. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him. For he shall deliver the needy when he crieth, the poor also, and him that hath no helper. You're not going to have a bond system in the kingdom of heaven, where people who are poor don't get the same opportunity because they're poor. Where you can get out of a guilty verdict if you got enough money to pay the right lawyer. That's not going to play out in the kingdom of heaven. This is a wicked rulership. And everybody ignores this to get their own little piece of this wicked pie, man.
And people get flustered when we say the so-called white man is the devil. But look at his track record, man.
Yep.
Look at the policies that he has in place today. Everything that he's set in place, all the laws that he passes, all the ideologies that he passes, all the philosophies that he's pushing, is all wicked, man. We don't say these things just to speak out of the side of our mouth. No, we say these things because they're truth, man.
Right. That's the elephant in the room. The fact that he is the devil and nobody want to admit it, man. They sit in these UN, United Nations, NATO meetings and pretend like this man ain't the devil, man. That's wicked. And then when you tell the truth, you looked at as the enemy. When everybody in the room see this elephant, everybody see all these problems and where they go back to. And all these, but now the Lord's about to allow truth to flourish, man, because the king is coming home.
Right.
And all these things that are offensive are going to be plucked up and pulled out, man. I'm going to continue real quick at verse 13. He shall spare the poor and needy and shall save the souls of the needy. He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence, and precious shall their blood be in his sight. The poor and needy, their blood is not precious in the sight of the so-called white man. All right? They're not precious. They're what they call it, disposable. Yeah. In the eyes of Esau Edom, man. You got it up.
This is Isaiah 59, starting at verse 15. It says, "Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey." And in the world to come, when you depart from evil, you're not gonna be a prey. You're gonna be exalted for that. You're gonna be praised for that, like it's supposed to be. All right, like the Lord intended it to be. That's why throughout the whole Old Testament, you heard about us putting evil away from Israel. That was a good thing, man. But now that's an evil thing. When you depart from evil, people look at you like you crazy. Like, why are you doing that? Why don't you follow the ways of this world? You know, it says, "Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him."
And people are naive to believe that the world was created for this purpose, bro. Like, the world was created for porno, video games, hot Cheetos, sausages, Olive Gardens, Denny's, and Outbacks. Like, nah, like the Lord ain't make creation for concrete and bullshit, man. And then when you tell our people that we crazy for wanting something better, not just for ourselves, but for the planet, for our people as a whole, and for the planet, man.
Mm-hmm. And those that seem crazy today are going to be the geniuses tomorrow, man.
Right, and that's the visionaries. When you have a vision, the people who are in the present can't see that vision because they stuck in the present. When the Lord opens your eyes, you see into the future. That's exactly what brothers are able to do. We're moving as if this is already reality. It is reality to us, but we're moving as if we're moving as if it's already here, man. Mm-hmm. And when it's already here, those who have saw that vision, they're gonna be looked at and highly esteemed, like Edris said when he saw those on the mountain. He commended them. Salakia. You got it.
That's still so stiffly for them.
Right. Real quick, this is Isaiah 45 and 18. "For thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, the Most High himself that formed the earth and made it. He hath established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited."
Right. And this world was formed to be inhabited. Here it is. You have Esau that sections off certain, he closes off certain sections of the planet so that only the rich are able to access it, man. That's wicked, man.
You shouldn't have no fucking passport, man.
That's all.
To go on a planet that the Lord owned. This don't belong to this nigga, man. You got to ask him permission to drive on roads and to go to another country that he didn't make. He just put his name on it, man. And nobody mad about this. Nobody got a problem with this.
And then he had the audacity to say that the earth is overpopulated. No, nigga, you ruling the earth the wrong way, man.
Right.
There's no way in hell that the earth is overpopulated, man. There's no way in hell.
All right, check this out. This is Isaiah 45 and 18 in the NLT. "For the Lord is power, and he created the heavens and earth, and put everything in place. He made the world to be lived in, not to be a place of empty chaos. I am the Lord," he says, "and there is no other."
And that's what the present rulers have turned this place into, a place of empty chaos, a cage, man.
Bro, this nigga turned the planet into Grand Theft Auto. This nigga literally took the video game and made that shit reality. This shit ain't no different from Grand Theft Auto, man. When you look at the world we live in, ain't nothing righteous about this.
Bro, there is no reason you should look at these women and wonder how many men she been with.
That's crazy.
That is off, man. There's no reason you should have to look at your child and wonder and hope that he don't grow up to be no more. That is off, man. There's no reason you should wake up every morning despising your life because you have to go to another man's enterprise to build up his wealth.
Right.
That's off, man. And that's why the people are mourning, because they realize reality sucks. And that's why people are so indulged with this entertainment, man.
Yep.
Because when you really deal with it, reality sucks under the rule of the so-called white man. You can't do nothing. You can't. Jake loved to boast about traveling, but you got to save up all type of money to travel. Then you got to get a passport. Then you got to get permission. Then you got to get a jab test.
Yep. Or you got to get shots to go to certain places.
That's off, man. You shouldn't have to go through all these stipulations just to travel the earth that the Lord made to be inhabited, man. The whole purpose to our life is to serve the Lord, fear the Lord, and keep His commandments. And in the process, explore His creation. Wonder at the marvel at the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Give praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai because of His works, but we're limited to the Lord's works because of these devils that are in rulership, man. You got to experience life from the TV screen.
Yep.
For about 30 minutes, because your ass got to go to sleep and get up and go to work again tomorrow.
Then you get to enjoy your life in your old age and retirement with a Social Security check that ain't gonna exist for the rest of the people that's been given to the Social Security system. That's why this is hell, man. And that's why when brothers say that the so-called white man is the devil, he is a deceiver, because he's used deception to take advantage so that he can win. Not his whole nation, but a few of them, because he's doing it to his own people. That shows you the lack of integrity that this man has.
I got one for you.
Yep.
This is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 21 and verse 4. It says, I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, all iniquity is as a two-edged sword. The wounds whereof cannot be healed. To terrify and to do wrong will waste riches. Thus the house of proud men shall be made desolate.
And when you see these Edomites with their suits talking on CNN or talking in these senates, they pompous, man. They proud. They act like they shit don't stink, and the whole world is fucked up because of them. Excuse my French. And they just slick their hair back and act like everything is cool. Well, we're gonna do this. Where's the new memo? The whole world messed up, bro. And these people just sit there and they enjoy the little bit that's left of life. They get to enjoy. Everybody else got to suffer for that. That's not the world. The Lord didn't make the world for it to be like that forever, man.
I'm gonna read down on this. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 21 and verse 8. He that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial.
Right.
And that's what Esau has done. He's building his house with other men's money. Ultimately, he's building his own tomb. He's dug his own grave, because the Lord is going to cause him, just when he's about to fill his belly, to vomit it all back up again, man.
Got to.
It says, the congregation of the wicked is like a tow wrapped together, and the end of them is as a flame of fire to destroy them. The way of sinners is made plain with stones, but at the end thereof is the pit of hell.
This nigga got Wendy's and Fofo-Fos and fuck. Man, this is terrible, bro. And this is like life. This is just normal. Nobody got a problem with none of the wickedness that Esau doing. They don't even get offended at the abominable things that he's presenting to the world. Men Loving Boy Association.
Oh.
And nobody's in the outrage about these things that are happening. Yet Jake, because Esau put that carrot on the stick and tell him, look, you can be successful by yourself, Jacob forget about all the wickedness that we're surrounded by, man. The world deserves righteous rulership, man. The world deserves compassionate, righteous men to be in positions of power, not greedy devils, man.
Right. Men who actually reverence the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Right.
Men who actually care about creation. And those men are being raised up right now. All right, those men that you see on the highways and byways week in and week out, starting with the elders, apostles, a great millstone on down. All right, men who actually give a damn about creation, who actually want to see the Lord in His glory. That's what the world deserves, man. Not these people who take the law and forsake it and cast the words of the Lord behind them, because this is what you get. You get you get water bottles filled with fluoride.
Right.
You get toothpaste with pork in it. You get brushes with pork hair on it.
Right.
This is what you get when you have men who forsake the words of the Lord and cast them behind them. Men who don't give a damn about creation. You have cows with their ribs showing.
But they the smart ones. They the ones that rank high on the IQ test. Stop, man.
Right.
Stop. As smart as y'all is, look at the world. Y'all must not be as smart as y'all think y'all is, man.
If it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be no civilization.
Right.
Man, please.
You call this civilization? All this concrete and all these people with all these heart diseases? Your whole population ready to jump off buildings? The only thing that's keeping them off the ledge is the Percocets and Xans you keep prescribing them.
Right.
And the drink. And the moment that go away, they're going this mental asylum that they call America is going to be unleashed when all of these things hit the fan. Why? Because the Lord said that he was going to make an example out of this place. This is not how you're supposed to rule the earth, man. This is not how you're supposed to conduct life. This is not how you're supposed to judge the people. It's off, man.
This is Isaiah 14. I'm going to start at verse 7. And I'm going to start at verse 5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. And that's exactly what the earth is going to do when this man is taken out of place. It says, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellers come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and worms cover thee.
Yeah, you ain't gonna have no handmade suits in the kingdom of heaven, nigga. You going back into them ragtags and kennels.
Right.
Because you don't belong in a position of power. And the Lord allowed you to show the world that you don't belong in a position of power. The Lord did that. So now your pomp gonna be brought down, man, because you turned the world into a wilderness. Everybody need a gun and a knife to walk around the streets because of your ass, man. You got it out.
Ultimately, man, this is not how the world is supposed to be ran. All right, the Lord intended creation to be ran with fluently, in righteousness.
Look at nature. Nature just move and operate. There's a process. It's efficient. Everything works for a purpose. Everything moves. You don't need people to come into it and intervene. Oh yeah, the lion's acting up. We need somebody to go in there. Nah, everything just move how it's supposed to move. It's your ass who done messed everything up and turned everything upside down. And then when you get called out on it, you want to play victim. Oh, nah, bro. It's you. Y'all guilty. And it's time for y'all to come out of rulership. That's why we pray for a new heaven and a new earth, man, because this ain't it. A house and a suburban and 2.5 kids don't change the fact that this is hell. It's a distraction from the hell that you live in, man.
Right.
That's why the Lord said, what will a man profit? This is not your rest. Because it don't change who's in rulership if you have a little bit of success here. Jay-Z don't call no fucking shots. That man don't tell nobody what to do up there when you deal with the upper echelon. That say, look, Zephyr Hills, we doing water bottles. And we putting baking soda in that shit. And we going to drop it off in the hood. We going to put more Planned Parenthoods in the hood. You think Jay-Z run up on them people and say, look, I think y'all should do it differently? No. They gave this nigga money to shut the hell up and sit in the corner and watch the world burn. Because that's the type of men that they are. They took the bag to watch their people die out here, man.
Right. And that's another reason why the earth needs righteous rulership too, because it's corrupted our people, man. You shouldn't have certain of our people who are set up in high place to deceive and to send our the rest of our nation on a dummy mission, man.
And they look at you for guidance, man. Jake make all these songs and they see all these Jakes that cry when they see them and ask for autographs and they ask them what they should do with their life. And they listen to these niggas, man. And these are bag-taking cowards, man, with no integrity. They'll tell you that they brave because they snuck up on some nigga and shot him and made a song about it. And that make that nigga brave.
Please.
But when these Edomites come into the conversation, these niggas ain't got nothing to say about it. Nothing to say about all this wickedness that's going on. All the shit that they're pushing on our people, man. They consent to it. To have a bigger house next to white people. And ignore the destruction of their people and the planet.
Cowardice, man. Cowardice has been forwarded in this earth. Because Esau is a coward, man. That's how he got his riches. That's how he got his wealth. And our people follow that same blueprint, man. They followed after that cowardice, man.
I got one for you. This is Psalms 12:8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. These are disgusting men. Understand that. Just because they talk soft, all right, they use these $10 words. They speak with a certain type of diction, clear, proper English, and you look at them like they saints. But look at the world in their hands, man. Sit back and think about that.
I got two for you.
You got it.
It's Isaiah 24 and verse 4. It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away.
Bro, when you just look at them animals in zoos, just watch it. Go to YouTube and just watch the animals in zoos and look at their fucking countenance. Excuse my French.
Depressed, man.
Look at how they ain't got no choice. They stuck there. They can't do nothing about it. Because this nigga is in rulership, man. That's off, man. You got slaughterhouses where these cattle have to see their fellow brethren get put to death before they do. They got videos showing these animals crying in the slaughterhouse line. When there's a certain way that they're supposed to be put to death for meat, not to be stuffed in some slaughterhouse and listen to their brethren get put to death, knowing that they next. That's off, man.
Right. Because it has an effect on the people too. Because when you stress the meat out and the people eat the meat, that has adverse effects, man. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 4 again. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
The proud people of the earth do languish. Y'all proud and losing. How? How is earth and ashes proud? How's the world destroyed and y'all still got the audacity to slick your hair back and show up on television like y'all got the solution and y'all the cause of the problem? And then when the Lord raised up the apostles to speak out against it, you demonize it. But it don't separate the fact that it's true. These things are just true. When we're on the highways and hedges, it ain't the so-called white man that has a problem with us calling him the devil. It's our people. Because he understands his own history.
It says, verse 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song, and strong drink shall be bitter unto them that drink it. All right, and the earth is languishing, man. The curse has devoured the whole earth because these devils, man, have casted off the ways and the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Once again, man, this is not how the world is supposed to be ran, man. The world that we see today is off, and you should realize that, and you should be doing something about it. You should want to see a righteous rulership. You should want to see Yahweh's return, man.
Your kids got to grow up here, man. Keep that in mind. When you telling us that we crazy for wanting something better, your kids got to grow up here, and they got to have kids and live here. And if this is all you want for you and yours, then you sick. We not crazy. You just sick. This is, you got another one?
I'll give them after you.
No, you got it. You got it.
This is, second Edges. Drop that. I'm going to pick it back up.
All right, I get this. Isaiah 65 and 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. This rulership here, nobody's going to miss this shit, man. When the Lord bagged this and tagged it, it's over with. Nobody going to look back and say, man, I remember them days when Esau was in rulership. Damn, I missed those days. No, never. They're going to be surprised life even existed with that. You got it out.
The second Edges 14 and verse 10. For the world have lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and the half of a 10th part. And there remaineth that which is after the 10th part. And this is during the time of Edris. All right, the world was waxing old in his time. How much more now, man? All right, the world is damn near. This world is damn near through, man. We at that time where the Lord is getting ready to come back and establish righteousness on the earth. It says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. That go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, man. You should be hasting to flee from these times, because these times, these days are evil, man. These times are evil. There's no way in hell that you'll be able to raise a family in this place if it were to go on for 15, 20 years, man. Everything will be through. Your children will be being taught by transformers, man. Your children will be coming against you for your righteous thought process. We'll be ostracized for our thought process, man, in 10, 15 years, man. You should be hastening to flee from these times, because these times are evil, they're wicked, and they're off, man.
Hey, so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.